Alright, so today I have 6 eagles up here. 7 eagles. I'll show you in a minute. I just woke up. It's the 21st of March. So I thought I'd just take you with me as I make my morning fire, and we'll do it really quickly. Alright, so take in mind I'm not expert at this at all. It's just that I've been out in the woods quite often lately, and this is what I've found. So this is from birch, I think the English name for it, björk in Norwegian. It's from a dead tree. It's a bit thicker, and so this one you'll have to break up into these ones as much as you can, otherwise they will just die as you light them. Like as thin as and appropriate size as possible. That first part of birch I put onto here, it was really wet. This birch right here is from a living tree and it's a lot drier, but it's quite thick also, and so you'll still need to break it up into smaller pieces. Now, if you have some thinner, drier pieces, you can try to put them into and under the more thicker, wetter ones. It will definitely not hurt, as it's more easy to if you get just a small light onto these, they'll self-destruct. So they'll be catching fire really quick, and it will also, it's totally different from like a newspaper or something if you use that, and because that you will have to keep blowing on it to keep the fire getting hotter, but this bark will actually like be self-sustained for quite a time. Now, you might have gotten the impression that I like to have a best possible foundation, and this is no exception. So I think we'll actually just try it with this, and then we will apply some small twigs to the fire. Alright, I think that's it, and then I'm going to apply this set of matches to the birch. No, I mean the bark. So this might take a while to actually get this going. One light. Just take the ones in the sides and have a good time with it. It will catch fire soon enough, and then it will be gone. This moment. It's a really good feeling lighting a fire that you've actually put some work into setting up, and then just watching it getting a life of its own. So that's starting to look like something. I really like how it's just completely self-sustained once it catches a bit of fire. You'll have some soot though from this kind of fires. So now we just revel in the beauty of this moment. It doesn't really matter if it only catches on one side at all, because if it gets a bit of a temperature going, that's really the point of all this, get the base temperature inside the fire going, so you can put on whatever and it will still burn after a while. And this exact way was the way I did it yesterday, when everything was piss wet. Everything had been raining for like 2 or 3 days, so even the bark was wet. But if you make it into those thin slices, then It'll be good. Now, let's say you have wet branches. This one is pretty wet, so you can already start drying them up by putting them over the fire like this. Or maybe take a better one. If you do like this or something, you will already start drying the twigs up. So it's better than nothing at least. So just keep at it, and after a while you'll have a really good fire going where you can make your breakfast and make yourself a coffee and really enjoy yourself. And there's 1,000 ways to make yourself a fire, so there's no right or wrong way. As long as you get a fire going, that's good enough. These branches are really wet. That's a good base for drying up some wood, especially if you have the bigger ones like these. This one is pretty dry because I dried it yesterday, but put a few of these on there. They'll be good to go when the base has like warmed up. So for those of you who's been in the first time service in the Norwegian Army, I found this. It's 6 years old in my shelf back home. Can you remember these things? Energy drink. It's a pasta province. You even have this. Leverpostej. And the thing I was looking for was this Colombian freeze-dried instant coffee. And it's a field ration. It's really good. It has a protein bar, of course, and a spoon. We all know in the woods you don't really need to bring anything else than a spoon. I'm going to make myself some coffee with this. I filled it up with water. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to get it to work. I don't know if it's the best way, but it's what I'll do. It turned out to something like this. It's not properly automated because I have to sit here and hold it, but yeah, just about there. That was maybe 5 minutes. Some arrangements I made here. I don't know if it's hot or not. A bit too hot perhaps. This. Put the coffee in. Best before end of December 2014. Yeah. And there's some wood. There's some wood in my boiling pot there. But we will disregard that completely and pour ourselves some coffee.